Yes, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. You already know who it is. It's your boy, Reggie. So, as you guys can see by the title of this show, Fox Sports' Doug Gottlieb goes off on Deion Sanders, Colorado Travis Hunter, for taunting Colorado State. Now, I'm a little bit confused here because it was Colorado State who started this from the get-go.
ESPN today, and I don't care if they hear it in Boulder. I told them I took my hat off and I took my glasses off, and I said, when I talk to grown-ups, I take my hat and my glasses off. That's what my mother taught me.
Shut your bitch ass up.
I'm minding my own business, watching some film, trying to get ready, trying to get out here and be the best coach I could be. And I look up and I read some bull junk that Deion said about us.
Talk to us.
Once again,
talk to us.
Why would you want to talk about us when we don't talk about nobody? All we do is go out here, work our butts off, and do our job on Saturday. But when they give us ammunition, they done messed around and made it what? It was just gonna be a good game.
And made this shit personal.
They done messed around and made it personal. It was gonna be a great test, a battle of Colorado, but they done messed around and made it personal.
You what happened to them last security guards?
That's Jimmy. Talk to him, Jimmy.
What Jimmy?
Jimmy, talk to him, Jimmy.
Y'all know what happened to the last security guard. Y'all know what happened to the last security guard.
Come on, Craig. Y'all know
what happened to the last one.
You don't even know.
You don't even know. Hey, bust on me. Bust on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bust.
So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, it was Colorado State who made this thing personal, right? Jay Norvell, the head coach of Colorado State, he's the one who jumped out talking out the side of his mouth about Deion Sanders not taking his hat and his sunglasses off. Now, before this game, Travis Hunter was talking real spicy to Colorado State. So, as you all know, ladies and gentlemen, Travis Hunter was then laid out with a vicious hit, right? That caused him to have to go to the hospital. But fortunately, man, this kid is going to be okay. Now, he spoke after he got home from the hospital, and this is what he had to say.
Stuff like that's gonna happen, so I just stay humble. He did what he was supposed to do. It's football. Something bad's gonna happen on the field sooner or later. We just gotta get up and fight again. That's what I try to do. Good thing the doctors stopped me, because if there was no doctors there, I would have still been out there playing. But I'm thankful for everybody that helped me that day. LOL, you got smoked. Yes, I definitely got smacked.
So now it's time that we get into Doug Gottlieb's comments.
No one's actually telling Deion the truth. Your team plays good football. They play generally the right way. But that doesn't mean, like, even Shedeur Sanders, as incredible as he's been in games, like, really, you're going to flash a Rolex to teams and just run it? Like, that's okay if that's how you want to handle yourself. But don't tell us you're about the right things, and don't tell us that no one's out to get you until you start acting a way in which we go like, what are you doing here? I don't know about you, but in the dictionary definition of taunting, Travis Hunter did and what Shedeur Sanders did was taunting for the game. And there's video of Shedeur Sanders poking the eyes, doing the old, Moe from Larry, Curly, and Moe, poking the eyes of the dude. I like watching Colorado play football. The rest of it is nonsense to me. It's just nonsense. And this is the constant, this has been Deion's entire career. Like, no one has ever doubted the talent. No one's ever doubted the intelligence. No one has ever said anything. And then you create this, like, well, if you're not 100% for us, you're against it. Like, that's not true. That's not how the world actually works. And so you create enemies where they don't previously exist. Nobody's uncomfortable with it. Like, this is the sport. I watched BYU and Kalani Sitake, who's the head coach. They brought in 60 new guys. They're 2-0. They just won on an SEC field. But what they didn't do was flash jewelry or call out the other opponent or challenge the other opponent's toughness before the game. Like, we got in the place where it is a thing. It is a happening. In 2 Saturdays, they're going to play USC on their home field. It's a noon Eastern time start, okay, but it's USC. And if you thought there were stars there in attendance Saturday night, wait till you see in 2 weeks. And just so you know, all these things that we're saying about Colorado, everybody said about USC when it reached its peak of arrogance, where all these people were trying to show up on sidelines and get a piece of it, okay? And dude started acting a fool. It's a repeated cycle that happens. You know? And while it's fair, okay, to point out, go like, hey, hold on now, Colorado State, are you coaching it or are you allowing it? Jay Norvell, guy hits a kid late, do you take him out of the game? All right, but we're allowing the taunting to occur on the other side? Just so you're aware, the reason they have such strict taunting penalties is that very hit. That's why. Like, we're all aware of that, right? The reason that there's so many rules in so many sports against taunting is because not everybody reacts really well. I mean, let's just kind of call it like it is. Until the last 3 football games, Shedeur Sanders' entire clout, his NIL deal, was completely based upon the fact that he's the son of arguably the greatest football player ever. Right? It is the ultimate born on third base and think you hit a triple. And so when you do realize how that would feel if you're a Colorado State player. You're like, we play at a state school. We don't get nearly the NIL. Okay? We get made to act like we're clowns. We're some lesser citizens. We come onto their field. Everybody thinks that because our coach said something about sunglasses, which you should take off in person. Everybody knows that. Deion did not have his sunglasses on when he shook hands with Jay Norvell because you don't do that. Everybody knows that, right? And I think in his heart of hearts, I think Deion is a class dude. I haven't ever heard it. But the act, what you do as a head coach is what the team feels, right? And there was this whole, it's personal. We're going to, you got punked for a good portion of that game. And I am not saying it's okay to hit a kid late. It's never okay. Should be penalized. Wouldn't want to have to my kid, to my teammate. And I love the fact that Shedeur took up for his teammate. I was surprised more Colorado Buffaloes didn't run to Travis Hunter's defense. Maybe that tells you what they think of Travis Hunter's act. But I can tell you that that's why you don't taunt.
So you guys just heard what Doug Gottlieb had to say about Deion Sanders and this Colorado football team. Now, he made some points that, listen, they're his opinion, right? A lot of people aren't going to like the way that Deion Sanders is conducting himself at Colorado right now. Bringing out guys like Lil Wayne in only the 3rd game of the season. You got all these celebrities, front row at the Colorado game, from The Rock to Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith, the playmaker Michael Irvin. This is going to piss some people off, right? Because a lot of people feel like they're not deserving of all of this attention. So, he talked about Shedeur Sanders flexing his AP, flexing his Rolex. Like I said, people aren't going to like that. Me personally, do I have a problem with it? Not really. It's his money. If he wants to flex his watch, let him do his thing. But like I said, you're talking about a conservative league, college football. Listen, they're not used to this, right? So this is going to rub some people the wrong way, and they're definitely pissing people off. And Doug Gottlieb is just the latest hater to make his thoughts known out here. So what I want from you guys is to let me know what you thought about his comments. And yes, man, I will catch you guys on the next one. This was another installment of The Locker Room. Peace.